Hello viewers, I welcome you to Excel Health Arena, and this time around I want us to talk about infertility. Infertility. What is infertility? Infertility is a major problem in our society today, both in the developing countries or world and the developed world. Come with me as we talk about infertility. Infertility is the inability of a person to conceive or reproduce by natural means. What are the natural means? Yes, a woman meets with a man, and during sexual intercourse, the man deposits sperm into the woman's vagina. The sperm travels into the uterus, and from the uterus into the fallopian tubes, either depending on the tube that has the egg released. Now the sperm travels to the fallopian tube to meet the egg that has been released by ovulation in the woman, and the sperm fertilizes the egg, and the egg becomes a zygote. That is a fertilized egg, and that zygote begins to roll back from the tube where it was fertilized, or where it is fertilized, and begins to roll back into the uterus. Rolls back into the uterus now, stays in the uterus, embeds there, and becomes a pregnancy. Now, naturally, this is the cause of pregnancy. But a situation that a woman or a person tries to conceive through this natural means and is not able to do it is called infertility. Usually, it is the inability to become pregnant after both partners have tried to get pregnant for 1 year and they have not succeeded. So, another thing I want us to know at this point is that the female fertility, it gets to its peak at the age of 24 years. So when a lady is around 24 years, she is highly fertile. So it gets to its peak. It is not to say that she's not fertile before. Of course, once a woman reaches puberty, she is fertile. Okay? Now, the fertility gets to its peak from around age 24. Funny enough, by age 30, it begins to diminish. It begins to come down. And it is usually impossible. Usually, it is not that there are no exceptions. It is not that there are no cases where it happens. But anything from 50 years, the chances of the woman getting pregnant reduces significantly. It reduces significantly. And for the male, the fertility period reaches its peak at age 25. So when a man is 25 years, around 25 years, she is highly fertile. He is highly fertile. And by the time he is 40 years, it begins to come down. The fertility potency, the fertility, begins to decline from age 40. In the male, it reaches its peak at 25, begins to decline at 40. In a woman, it reaches its peak at age 24, and it begins to decline at age 30. Funny enough, infertility is a disease of the reproductive system. Whether we like it or not, we can. Why did they say it's a disease? Why is it a disease? It is a disease that has to do with the reproductive system. It is a disease of the reproductive system because there is a failure to achieve clinical pregnancy. within 12 months, that is 1 year of trying to get pregnant. Active sexual intercourse. So because one other funny thing with infertility is that when you say a couple is trying to get pregnant, you must understand that they must be actively involved in sexual intercourse for them to hope to get pregnant. It is not to say that there are occasions that even just once or twice they have intercourse and the woman gets pregnant. Naturally, it happens like that a lot too. But when we are talking of infertility, they must actively involve in sexual intercourse and yet fail to achieve pregnancy within 1 year before they can conclude that there is the problem of infertility. So we need to understand this. Usually, by definition, it is a couple's inability to achieve pregnancy after 1 year of unprotected intercourse. That is the general definition of infertility. Now, 12 to 28% of couples, 12% to 28% of couples fall within this category. They try to achieve pregnancy, they are not able to achieve pregnancy. And out of this, there are those infertilities that are caused by male infertility. There are those ones caused by female infertility. For male infertility, 20 to 30% of infertility cases is as a result of the man's inability to get the wife pregnant, to impregnate the wife. And about 20 to 35% is due to female infertility. One funny thing, when a man, there are occasions when the man and the woman have tried to get pregnant for years, they can't get pregnant. They just discover that the man impregnates another person outside. Sometimes the woman has been seen as the one that is infertile, only for the woman to be impregnated by another person outside, even though when the man has already concluded, maybe they've run tests, they've done all sorts of things, the man has concluded that he is not the problem of the infertility. Yet, you will discover at the end of the day that the woman gets pregnant from outside. The woman is impregnated by another person. In a situation like that, you will wonder, even though in most instances, men